Also, you have another site that you may be up for sale.
Oh God! I bought Save Gray Powell. Gray Powell is the guy who lost the prototype for the new iPhone that's going to be coming out later this year.
But to be fair, getting drunk in a German schnitzel bar and forgetting it there is probably the coolest way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. All honesty, I feel bad for the guy because he must have had a really wicked job at Apple in order to be carrying around a fucking prototype of the new phone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like
You fucked up,
and actually, I'm pretty stoked that you did fuck up because now I know how amazing that new phone is going to be.
Dude, it's not going to be amazing. Dude is...
Oh, fuck you. Dude, that thing looks rad.
No, it doesn't. Oh, a front-facing camera makes it good now?
Well, there's more than that to it. The different casing, and there's like, it's going to be faster. There's just better things.
So basic upgrades.
The biggest downside, and this is just a downside with the iPhone and Apple in general, is the fact that they're never going to be able to...
Truly multitask?
Well,
or customize.
Well, no, they can eventually move to those things, but the downside is that they're always going to be stuck in this scope of like you're under Apple's control.
Yes.
And with things like the Android and other phones that are coming out where they're allowing everybody to just make whatever they want for them, it's
freedom.
a lot more free. Yeah, exactly, freedom, and that's the one thing that Apple's not going to allow. It's like Nintendo versus Xbox.
Sure, yeah, the XNA developer platform, and I look at these companies. And none of them know me better than I know me. I know what I want. Mm-hmm. You don't know what I want. You put everything out there. You hope you get something that I want. Yeah. And I will go get it. But I hate it when companies think that they're smarter than me. It's like, you really don't want to have this running in the background. You just want to do this. This will be a better experience for you. Yeah. No, fuck you. I know what I'm doing. Let me have that control. And that's where the iPhone kills me, right? Because I feel like in a box with Apple. Like, I have 15 million apps, and I use Bejeweled, you know? Yeah, well... I have thousands of games. I have millions of apps, and I use Urban Spoon. I have, Yeah,
well, it's like every time they upgrade the operating system for the iPhone, all they're doing is giving you more things that you're allowed to do when you jailbreak it.
Yeah.
So what they do every single time is like,
I cut and paste the fucking day it came out because of the jailbreak. I had
exactly, and that's the thing. It's like they're just behind the 8 ball, and that's why I think Nintendo is the perfect reference for what Apple's kind of.
But I think Nintendo it doesn't seem as evil because when Nintendo does something with consoles, it's easier because every year you prioritize shit. No one says anything. Oh, the controllers for last console don't work on the new console. No one ever says anything, right? Mm-hmm. So they're okay with that, but when you have consumer electronics, where you put on an iPad, that won't work with any accessories you got for your iPhone 3G, even a docking station or charger.
Yeah, dude, that's like a kick in the balls to the consumers.
And even one of my buddies, he spent $370 or $400 on a Harman Kardon iPod dock, right? Yeah. So the iPhone would work, the iPod would work. I put in my iPhone 3G, not recognized with this accessory.
Yeah.
Licensing every single one, that's fucking bullshit. And the iPod's a piece of shit, and everyone who likes the iPad's an idiot. Like, oh, it's so snappy. I'm like, I'll give you my laptop, you do one thing at a time, it's going to be crazy fast too.
I stand by my original 2-word review of the iPad.
What?
Just comic book reader.
It's like 3 words.
Whatever. I think you wanted originally 1 word. But it's a glorified comic book reader and DVD player, minus being able to play fucking DVDs. That's all it is. In all honesty, I have no reason to get an iPad. I am never going to type up a fucking work document on an iPad. I've got my laptop, or even a netbook is better for that.
Oh, way better.
The tactile interface. What, I need to buy an additional keyboard to make this functional for me?
So ridiculous.
There's no point. If you're not going to watch movies or read comics, you have no reason to get an iPad.
Who gets their movies in the format that plays on the iPod? Nobody.
No, the only reason...
You want to sit at home and convert all your fucking movies all day, then do it.
If you're flying a lot, if you're someone who's always in the air all the time, it's super convenient for entertainment. But beyond that, what the fuck do you need one for?
But it's not, because if you're up in the air and don't have... Have you ever tried using your iPod without internet?
My iPhone?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I have about 50 movies on here. So I just watch a movie when I'm on a plane, because I do a lot of traveling.
I'm so... with my Arcos, I have a 5-inch Arcos. You can also get a 10-inch Arcos. What you do is you plug it in. A little icon pops up on the desktop, a little folder says Arcos. You double click it, it says video, pictures, music. You take all your videos, you download some MKVs for anime, you download some DivX for some other random shit, you download some AVIs, whatever. You highlight them, you drag and drop into that folder, it copies, then you go onto your device and you play them.
Well, and that's another reason what we were just talking about is how Apple, you need to do it the Apple way, or else it's not going to work with them.
Apple's formats through iTunes.
Exactly.
I can't convert all my movies. I have too much shit. I have too much ADD.
Who the fuck uses FLAC files?
Oh my god.
You know, that's the thing. Is like Apple is like they're trying to.
We use FLAC, not AAC.
Well, or even AAC.
I use FLAC, but not AAC.
You know, the big thing about it is, you know, they're trying to do with the iPhone and the Apple Medium what fucking Sony tried to do with Beta.
Oh, totally.
And all the other phones are like VHS.
As funny as like Sony loves proprietary, but for some reason the Sony PS3 is not only the best Blu-ray player ever made, because it's the only Blu-ray player that can upgrade to 3D full out of the box, that can upgrade its HDMI spec somehow, which I'm not even sure how it's possible. Has a universal card reader, but uses micro USB to charge their controllers, and it's that weird proprietary shit that the other companies use. I'm like, God damn, Sony, well done.
Yeah, like they've come a long way, obviously from the Betamax days.
Fucking Memory Stick Pro Duo days.
But it's just...
as we're recording this on a Sony laptop, no less.
Well, it's just a question of, you know, and we can't deny the fact that this business platform hasn't worked out for Apple. It's made so many companies move over to their fucking modalities.
$3 billion in profit. And the funny thing is, Steve Jobs, one of the richest men in the world.
They did as well as Avatar did.
Yeah, they did as well as Avatar did. That's exactly
it.
Fuck me.
Sorry. Keep going.
But, okay, so Steve Jobs, one of the richest people in the world. What has he done with that money? We know he's built massive houses. We know he owns lots of nice cars.
Shit, that's it.
Whereas Bill Gates set up a foundation to literally give away all of his money.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bill Gates has a lot more money than Steve Jobs does. That's for
not really though, because Steve is majority shareholder in Apple. So at this point, he probably has more money than Gates. Because remember, he has that and Pixar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. After that Disney,
and Gates hasn't been making money in a long time, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, like. Fuck, I don't get that the only contribution that, like, I could ever find for Steve Jobs when I'm researching online, like, there's shit that Apple does for stuff, but it's usually just giving away a couple of their old products. It's nothing that special. Is Republican contributions.
Yeah.
And Republicans not good for the little guy. Although I don't think Apple cares about the little guy.
Well, you know, the big question is this going to come back to bite Apple in the ass? Are they going to lose at this the same way they lost out with Microsoft and Microsoft licensing all their software to all the companies and Apple trying to stay just as their own? Because what's going to happen is all these apps that have been coming out, like everything on the iPhone has to be written in like fucking Xcode or something that's completely different.
Objective-C, basically.
You know, and so... How difficult is the porting that to the Android or to the HTC and all these other things?
See, the funny thing is, you can port any of their apps to other platforms, but you can't convert any other platforms to their apps, which is awesome, right? It's just to fuck with them. I think that...
But in the long run, what's going to start to happen is people are going to start to create apps on other phones that people are going to want, and they're like, well, we can't get it on the iPhone because no one made it Nextcode or whatever.
Yeah. And, like, it's funny because, like, people are like, they have 178 million apps. How many apps does the average person have? Okay, let's say for me, I have 100. I have a lot of apps.
But now, how many of those you fucking use,
how much
man?
do I use? 7.
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly which ones. I use one tower defense game. I use Bejeweled. I have a ninja fighting game called like Ninja something.
And all the apps you use are fucking gaming apps.
No, that's it. Those are the only 3 games I play. And then they were like, "Can you live without those games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can fucking live without. I can get Bejeweled on Android."
Like, yeah, well, it's the big thing about the iPhone, and as far as apps go, and these are the ones you didn't kind of mention. I'm sure you use the Facebook app on your iPhone.
Yeah,
and you might use the Twitter app. And
no, I use Pingle.
You use the Pingle. Well, exactly, but that's the thing. Like, there's these little apps. But the thing about it, like, even for me, I only have about 30 apps.
Yeah.
But that being said, other than Google Maps for when I'm driving around and just texting phone and email, it's not a lot that I use.
But not only will having an Android phone be better for you because that's real GPS and assisted GPS, so it'll know where you are and give you turn-by-turn navigation, but you get Google Street View, you get like other things, Google Business Search, Google Voice, like all that shit built in. It just... Eventually, Apple's going to get their dues, but I don't know when. Like, I thought when their iPad, people first started talking about it, they're like, oh, fuck, this is stupid. Like, it has nothing.
And well, it was very segregated. Like, half of the people were like, this is going to revolutionize the industry.
At first, people were like, fucking, this is retarded. Then after a while, people were like, oh, yeah, we like it. And I'm like, well, Apple must have paid some people some money to say that. Because, like, people are like, oh, once you get your hands on it, you'll understand. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be there on launch day in Canada, and I'm going to get one, because I have to get one for work. But, like, I don't see myself liking it. I built a tablet at home, and I use that to read my comic books when I'm sitting in bed.
Yeah.
And I built that out of a broken netbook because the hinge broke. I bought a touchscreen off eBay for $60, and I have a touchbook. I have something more powerful than the iPad.
Well, and you said HP's making one too, right?
HP has their Slate coming out that was leaked online, and like I don't know, all I could ever see myself wanting to do on that is watch movies and read comics. But I want to do it the easiest way possible. Easiest way for me is to get a CBR file of a comic book and read it that way. Easiest way for me to watch a movie is get something that plays universal files like VLC.
Yeah.
So I mean,
run VLC on.
I need to leave the Linux or Windows. I'm like, I can easily run Mint Linux. It's just like 200 megs.
Yeah, exactly.
Get exactly what I need.
Even run Ubuntu on something. It's small
Ubuntu
enough.
Netbook Edition.
Yeah, man.
Done. Right, and like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I look up shit on there, but I don't know. It's so tough to say because I pay for a data plan on my iPhone. I don't want to pay for a data plan on another device.
So we're not going on the rocks.
What was that?
Are we going on the rocks or no?
I don't know. It's already 1 o'clock.
I'm good to not.
Well, I think we should sign off.
Call it a night.
Yeah.
That was an awesome tech rant,
Almost
though.
1 o'clock.
That's where I say no, because I have no idea what the last 20 minutes of this conversation meant in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, fair
Hence,
enough.
I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies on my iPhone, and I love it.
That's another app I like. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. Listening. Last up, we have a song from a new independent movie called Looking for Eric, and I talked about this.
Yeah, actually, sounds interesting.
Ken Loach directed it. So basically, what it is that Eric is a football fanatic postman whose life is descending into a crisis and relieves. God damn it! What is wrong with me? Take two. Eric is a football fanatic postman whose life is ascending into crisis and receives some life coaching from the famously philosophical Eric Cantona. Actually, I realized that it wasn't me that did that. This was poorly written as well. This had no ands, is, or the. I had to add them in. Whoever wrote the fucking plot obviously was like Jewish. Wow, that is not going to go over well.
No.
Can I change that with black?
Yeah.
Can we talk about one last thing before we wrap up, actually?
Yeah, I'm sure. What do you got?
So this guy robs a what's it called? A 7-Eleven or some or bank or something, dressed as Spider-Man. And apparently it's really like polite. And there's been a few people dressed like Spider-Man robbing banks, but they're all pretty polite.
Interesting.
Your take on that?
It's fucked up.
If you're gonna dress as
I guess.
who would you dress as if you're gonna rob a bank?
George Bush.
Yeah.
Oprah.
Yeah, because the one thing more terrifying than getting robbed is being robbed by a black person. Thanks so much for listening to our ROFLcast. That wraps it up for the... No, that's awful. Can we go on a different note there? Anyway, speaking of horror films that we don't quite agree on, Nightmare on Elm Street.
The
Remake, I'm stoked for.
Yeah.
The producers of that film also did the...
Where do we disagree on
sequel,
this?
No, here's it is.
Okay.
The sequel to Friday the 13th. Yeah, so we didn't like it. Yeah. We disagree with them, and the fact that I think the fucking new Friday the 13th, terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Garbage. Turns out so much of garbage that it's not even going to be coming back. No more sequels, Friday the 13th. It is dead.
I'm okay with that.
Should have given it to Rob Zombie.
Yeah, fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you. What do you got for
He would have did better, man.
No, I'm saying that's what I mean.
They should have. Okay.
I was like, whoa.
And it ended up at Michael Bay's
wave my
production
finger
studio
at you.
instead.
Oh, no. Michael Bay doing Friday the 13th.
He did. That Platinum Dunes fucking did it. So it was his production company. They ruined it.
The Texas Chainsaw and everything.
Although they did a great job of Texas Chainsaw.
They did.
So right now there's no movement on Friday the 13th Part 2, even though funny thing is, it earned $91 million worldwide.
Damn.
How big did the budget go?
Does it have that asshole guy from Accepted?
And it also has the girl from North Shore and the sister of Sandy in the OC.
And Jared Padalecki.
Yes, and Jared Padalecki.
I like Supernatural, whatever.
Hulu, online streaming service we use quite a bit to watch our TV shows. Not available in Canada. We have to use a proxy. Yes, we are doing that. I'll admit that right now. Use Hotspot Shield. Look it up. It's on anchorfree.com. You can use that software to watch Hulu while you're in Canada. Also, use it to watch iPlayer by BBC. Okay, I'll look you up. I'll set it up.
I don't know what any of that is.
Windows only. Seriously, it's Windows only.
It's run parallels.
Now,
I don't know what that means.
Frick. Don't worry, Dubuque.
I read comic books and watch movies.
No, you watch sports. So they're going to start doing a $9.95 subscription service called Hulu Plus. So the free service is going to remain as is, but Hulu Plus will allow you to see all the old episodes. So the episodes expire.
Cool. Yeah.
So you can see whatever's in the last few weeks.
But it's like their backtrack, like back stuff.
Yeah, so I can go back and watch every episode of Supernatural on demand whenever I want.
HD?
No, fuck no. Their HD is never going to be HD. Well, eventually. So, Christopher McQuarrie, you guys probably remember him from rewriting The Usual Suspects, and he writes almost all of Bryan Singer's stuff.
Yeah.
Valkyrie.
He'll always do a final copy, right?
Yep. Yeah. He's set to rewrite Bryan Singer's Jack the Giant Killer. So it looks like that's his first project before he does the X films. I thought Laura Schuler-Donner said that she was doing it right away. Just saying, if there's something we're not hearing. It's a 3D fantasy adventure project that's an adult look at Jack and the Beanstalk.
Okay. That's Fable style,
man. Get
man.
off your fucking phones.
I'm Googling what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies. Still.
Both of you.
I've already wrapped the game. I'm just playing it, so it's fun.
That's actually pretty cool. I don't know, like, I'm a huge fan of the Fable comics.
Yes.
And, like, there's a big part in it where they do, like, Jack goes to Hollywood and shit. And I'm
Jack of Fable,
sorry,
yeah.
if I'm, like, spoiling shit. Fuck that.
Whatever.
Anyway, it's really fucking cool. It's one of my favorite comic series. You're not feeling it.
Well, you know what? Honestly, Fables to me is like hit and miss. I love the first story.
First trade with I hate the first story.
Really?
Yeah. The one about the farm I like. The one about the secret Bluebeard killing Rose Red I didn't like. Didn't care for.
The best one I think
I'm on, like, the
we've
12th
talked about this
volume.
before, but I don't know if I've said this on here before. But like the best story that they ever could have done was when they weren't allowed to get properties for, which was the Peter Pan one, which was where Captain Hook was the good guy. And he's trying to save people.
Okay, stop. Okay, you need to is this like an offshoot? Because this is not the main story.
It was the original one they wanted to do, but they couldn't get the properties for the Peter Pan character.
You get the rights.
Oh, yeah.
So this was the original story they wanted to do.
Yeah, because Disney renewed the rights for it in 2005.
Yeah, so they couldn't get the property for it. But the idea was it was going to be Captain Hook is going around trying to save these kids from Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Because Peter Pan uses the kids themselves to stay forever young. And then after a while, like, all the parents try and get Hook to go save them. And, like, to me, that would have been a great story. Like, reverse that completely. Would have been awesome.
Well, they had no choice to reverse it, right?
Yeah, because you look at, like, Peter Pan's got this alligator under his control who Hook hates and all this. Like, I think it would have been a great story.
Do you have an actual date for, are they filming or casting Jack the Giant Killer?
Nothing quite yet. But if you want to talk about some remakes, it looks like one of my favorite films of the last little while, partially because of the song, but mostly because of the film, was Casino Royale. I thought it was a perfect action film.
Yeah.
I love action films. Daniel Craig won me over instantly because there was huge contention about him. Fuck, his Bond is the coolest Bond. If you put every single Bond in an arena, he would whoop the shit out of all of them. Be him and Connery at the end. Then him and Dalton at the end.
Dalton's a pretty mean little motherfucker.
He's a big guy too.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton is a big dude. But it doesn't look like we're gonna have any more Daniel Craig James Bonds
at all.
No, they put
Seriously.
So they put the brakes on production, mainly because the financial woes of MGM going bankrupt, possibly selling it,
tanking.
Now that there may be just a full-fledged reboot from a different studio, but guess who they're coining as being James Bond?
Oh god. I don't even want to guess.
Wait.
You ready for this?
No, I'm going to say Taylor Lautner. I don't know.
No, they would never have a Hispanic, Native American James Bond. Do you have any guesses? You want to lean in a little bit?
Hopefully not Shia.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is it the kid from Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got an accent.
He's got an accent.
You're saying like some big surprise.
Emma Roberts. Sam Worthington, the go-to guy for everything ever.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Clash of the Titans, Avatar, Terminator Salvation. I love Sam Worthington. He's not my Bond.
You're going to milk him dry, though.
Yeah, no doubt. Why not have Daniel Craig back and do another Bond film with him?
Bring him over.
We know he does it well.
Yeah, I don't know why they want to scrap that already so soon, because it's like they just started building him into that franchise.
Totally, and then taking away from him is just...
That's one of the few things MGM is working for him right now.
Well, what might happen is that he has a contract to do like so many films with MGM Bonds, so it may just be like a technicality thing, unless whoever's making the next film actually buys the whole
contract,
studio, and then buys out the contract, which I think is a good idea. They should buy out the contract, and
but then the studio might try and tie other useless contracts on there just to try and recoup money when they do it.
Oh no, that absolutely will happen.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that will happen. And they're gonna end up fucking over just a bunch of people in the process. But I want to see a new good James Bond. And instead of having whoever directed Quantum of Solace, we were actually talking about this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Whose name completely. Should we go back to another one of our little breaks?
Mark Foster.
Mark Foster.
There you go, yeah.
Who also did Finding
Monsters
Neverland,
Ball.
Monsters Ball.
Yeah, and
we were both thinking the same film.
The exact same movie. The
Not
one
Eternal Sunshine.
the one with Will Ferrell and the Reeds.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah, there you go.
So instead of doing that art director to do that crazy juxtaposition where he shows the bull running or whatever it was.
Every time. Or the
time.
shootout to the big shootout in the play. Yeah. I get it.
And then zooming in as close as he possibly can.
Cutting
to
between
every
the two so you
shot.
can't actually see what is going on.
No continuity. Yeah. How about you get the guy who did the two best Bond films in recent history, GoldenEye and Casino Royale? No,
and keep him.
Yeah,
no?
and keep him. Yeah. Did he not like when he did Casino Royale? They're like, it's great, but we just saw Finding Neverland. And we love Johnny Depp, so we're gonna do it to change it over. Will I see the new Bond? Yeah, of course I'm gonna see the new Bond. Do I want Sam Worthington as much as I love him? No. Now, it looks like Noah Ringer, the star of M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender, has been cast in a movie we talked about last week, Cowboys and Aliens. Jon Favreau's new movie. Guess who else is going to be there? James Bond, Daniel Craig. Oh, it all ties together. Harrison Ford and, of course, Olivia Wilde. It's written by Star Trek scribes Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman, who used to do Fringe and Lost and Transformers and Mission Impossible 3. And, of course, Damon Lindelof, producer of Lost. Cowboys and Aliens done by Lost people. I'm in.
Yeah.
Bring in James Bond, Han Solo, Hot Girl from the OC, and Aang from Last Airbender, and I'm fucking triple in. Yeah. It's pretty sick. Another movie close and dear to our hearts, Machete.
Oh my god, yes.
Spinoff.
Thank you. The fact that
What spinoff?
In the middle of Grindhouse, they did those trailers.
the trailers in Grindhouse.
Danny Trejo did Machete.
Yeah. That was who did that trailer? Who directed that trailer though?
Rodriguez did.
Was that Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Tarantino had Werewolf Women of the SS, and
so Rodriguez and Trejo are on. It's already filming. It'll be released September 3rd, Labor Day weekend.
It makes me so happy.
I got a confession to make.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Grindhouse.
Don't bother. Yeah, I said that.
I know you did. Screw yourself. I like Death Proof. That was the best cartoon I've seen in my entire life.
I actually liked Planet Terror better than Death Proof.
Well, you're a dumbass.
Well, I like the 70s.
No.
Okay. Yep.
Moving on.
Moving on. Steven Spielberg, one of our favorites. He's doing an upcoming time travel dinosaur show on Fox called Terra Nova, which is a weird name and an even weirder premise.
I've heard a lot of movies lately with like a Terra or a Nova.
Is he just writing?
Terra was
Is
just a
he
movie.
writing? What's he
That's
doing?
a movie, actually. I like
He's
that.
writing, producing, maybe directing. Also, Brandon Braga, who did a lot of Star Trek TV shows from 1990 to...
I am a huge
2005,
fan of Brandon Braga.
Oh, perfect, yeah. And also did Flash Forward in 24. He's on as producer and writer. Watching Dom. I'm trying to pick it up.
I'm not dominating.
You're what? You're not Dominicing?
Oh.
So it looks out that the Friday Night Lights star Kyle Chandler is... Chandler.
Kyle Chandler.
Yeah. He's going to be headlining the series. Should be pretty good. I mean, he's an actor. I love this. I love Friday Night Lights.
Such
If you
a
haven't
show.
watched it, so
So many like awkwardly hot chicks.
basically, it's going to follow a family who live 100 years from now on a future Earth who were flung back 150 million years when the Earth was ruled by dinosaurs.
So future people in the past.
It's Swiss Family Robinson with dinosaurs, what it looks like. Paramount Pictures has signed Superbad and Adventureland director Greg Mottola to direct the big screen adaptation of Leanne Shapton's book, Important Artifacts and Personal Property, from the collection of Leanne Doolin and Harold Morris. Super long title.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it keeps going. Including books, street fashion, and jewelry. Okay, that's the title.
Fuck.
So it looks like Brad Pitt, Natalie Portman are attached to the project, and it's supposed to be a new spin on the romantic comedy.
I liked Adventureland. I really did.
I did too.
That was such an enjoyable
They
little
should have
movie.
marketed it like Superbad. That was fucking stupid.
No, they
It's a
should not.
different film.
It should have been like it was. It was a
And
coming of
you
age
love the
little
soundtrack,
story.
too. That was
such
good
a good
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
No, but like as a story is
Hater
good.
did great.
I hate Kristen Stewart so much. But she was good in that.
Speaking of Kristen Stewart, might be replacing Angelina Jolie in Wanted 2. Turns out Angelina Jolie definitely didn't want to come back for the sequel, hence the reason she was killed in the film. But they seem like they
As
want to
Fox
replace...
still, or just as like the female lead?
As Fox. I think they should bring her in as a whole new character.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? Here's an even better idea. Don't bring her in at all.
Don't bring it all. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. How about Hollywood? How about you just like send her out to the fucking coke factory?
I like
already?
her. I like her. She's
I liked
real.
her opposite Jodie Foster in Panic Room. That is all.
Yeah, that's why she's in Panic
That
Room.
is all.
I'm
sorry, but if you're at the Oscars and you can't hawk a loogie before you get on stage, you have to do it on the stage. You're white trash and you're fucking stupid and full of yourself. Fuck off. She reminds me of that little bitch at work who made me cry the other day. Actually.
All right, so say you had Paul Walker on a film about a special forces soldier versus Mexican gangs. You'd be like, yeah, I like Paul Walker. Yeah. And then you got Simon West, who directed District 13 Ultimatum. I mean, he's a good director, good action director.
Good action director, yeah.
Originally directed by Simon West, and now directed by the Patrick Andrelson, who did District 13.
Okay.
And then replacing Paul Walker with a little bit Clive Owen. Yeah. And then replace him again with Dwayne Johnson.
What?
Really?
Yeah. But also, I'll address the guy who did District 13 Ultimatum. Turn off the phone. Turn it off.
It's not a phone.
Both of you. Stop.
No,
Yeah, Shane Gutherford.
I'm doing research. Look.
Can you put yeah, it's paused. It looks like the guy from District 13 has left the film as well, but we have no one yet is replacing him. But yeah, it seems a pretty simple premise. Super soldier against Mexican gangs.
Yeah. I'm not a big Clive Owen fan.
I like Clive Owen.
He has his moments, but I'm just not... Big picture?
Have you seen him in Closer?
I saw Closer.
Did you see King Arthur? I mean, that was like the best movie ever.
Someone actually said it the other day, and I was just like...
Terrible
I'm gonna
fucking
leave you now.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, who
Someone
said that? Who
I
said
can't
that?
remember, but that was a terrible fucking movie.
It was Christina Emberly.
Oh,
I was like, I love that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with her?
don't know.
She's on the podcast couple of 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
Check out 38 Uncut.
Oh, yeah.
She badmouths her boss. I didn't cut that out. More things that I hate. Barry Sonnenfeld, you piece of shit. Not a fan. Did Wild Wild West, if people don't remember. Yeah. So he's teaming up with my boy Big Will again, and Tommy Lee Jones to return in the third Men in Black movie called Men in Black 3D. Yeah.
What? Did you just drop a D in there?
Yeah, Men in Black 3D.
Oh, it took a giant shit all over the film.
Sony is excited as a motherfucker. Rip Torn said no, he's not coming back.
Good for you, Rip Torn.
So they're going to make a time traveling version, or time traveling story arc, where they go back in time in a young version of Rip Torn, played by Josh Brolin.
Are you serious?
It's all speculation.
I love Josh. He's just throwing on any project now.
Yeah, he's like, no. Yeah, Josh Brolin's like, Jonah Hex done. Like, do you want to read the script? Nope. Jonah Hex done.
I've got the Goonies under my belt. Help me.
Come on, man. Have you seen Red Dawn?
No.
No. But he looks like the guy for Red Dawn.
Might as well cast Corey
Patrick
Feldman.
Swayze?
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Corey Feldman. You have to... No.
That's one that's still
The
alive,
two
right?
Coreys are dead.
Oh, I don't even go
Dude,
there.
I don't know, man. If one dies, the other one dies. It's like the twins from the Matrix. Like they're linked.
I'll say
to
this,
them.
though. Haim, of the two of them, Haim had the...
Happiness.
No, the fall off. Like, Feldman still doesn't have anything, but at least he's, like, picked up a role here and there. Or, sorry, Feldman has picked up a role here or
Yeah,
there.
Criminal Minds and CSI New York.
Yep. And was Haim done in that time? He also was, like, he was in...
Lost Boys 2.
Nope, he got kicked off set for that.
No, he was on a cameo at the end.
No.
He had
I got cut.
No. I watched the film.
Yeah,
That was
I know.
it.
I know, it was my film. It got cut. That was an on...
Oh, it was only on the DVD?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a bonus feature. Because it just finished otherwise, that's how they were going to do it. Like,
That's right, I learned it from you.
Yeah, you did. I own Lost Boys too. Sorry, guys.
That just happened.
The try.
Okay, well, we're talking about things that I hate. What's your favorite Michael Bay film? It's like, if you made out with like several girls that puked in really hot girls that had puked in your mouth when you were making out with them, which was your favorite time of getting puke in your mouth? That's the way I feel about Michael Bay films. So let's see what we have on the roster. We have Armageddon, we have Bad Boys, we have
Transformers.
The Rock.
Any movie with lens flare.
Yeah. The Island.
The Island, yeah. I have to go.
I remembered it.
I have to stand by this one because I love this one as a little kid. And I had the big poster from the movie theater or the movie store I used to work at.
Yeah.
I like The Rock. It was fun. It was cool. Like, honestly,
it was a movie.
Sean Connery's badass when like he's ripping through Seattle San Francisco with the Humvee.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet. And Cage chased him down in the fucking.
Also, I've never been so scared of green marbles. We actually discussed this a little bit earlier. Boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite.
When you go into and boom goes the dynamite. When you break into Alcatraz, turns out you do not have to compete with fire blasting through the vents.
But it's better than fully trained Marines, so fuck off. And Michael Biehn as a Marine, which is the role he's born for. It's because it's the role he's done in every movie he's ever had. Yeah, he led the Marine or the Navy SEAL team that got picked off in the.
That's how bad that movie was. I forgot who it was.
I'll take the first Bad Boys.
All right,
just because I really like that fucking Porsche.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh God, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously?
Fuck you, that's a sweet car, man.
I like
Who's
the fucking
Porsche anymore.
Yeah, who are you? Porsche de Rossi. First of all, if I was going to pick a
man with a mohawk.
If I had to pick a car from the Bad Boy series, I picked a fucking H2 Terminator edition that they had, the banana yellow one. But yeah, my favorite is definitely
Italians. Actually, continue.
Yeah.
What?
Go.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
No, I get it, but I don't get why you don't get it.
What were you talking? What?
The Porsche.
Yeah.
Italian?
Oh yeah. Oh.
There you go.
Are you Italian?
No. That was for all of our Italian listeners, Dom.
Yeah, well done. My favorite film that he did was nothing. There was one I picked. Do you remember what it was?
Bad Boys.
Was it Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Anyway, they're making Bad Boys 3.
I didn't want to hear that.
Martin Lawrence, like, he has nothing fucking else to do.
He's like, oh my God.
The year of the Will Smith trilogy or what?
Oh, yeah, no doubt, hey? He'll be doing that. He was supposed to do that, the city on the water, the city...
I guess, like, the last couple of years, he had a lot more, like, indie roles or, like, softer roles. He was getting, like, some action. Because, like,
he really had, like, I Am Legend.
I know. But, like, I Am Legend was still, like, there was minimal action in that movie.
That's also action. That's a big movie.
Near the end of the movie was action. The first half was him and a dog walking around. It was great. Hey, I'm not saying that.
You're right,
I love the movie,
right.
the tone, but it was like it was a minimalist movie. That was fine. It was great.
Yeah.
Hancock was probably like the biggest action he's had in like the last couple of years. I would say they had like 7 pounds and all.
What
that.
about the sequel to Independence Day?
We'll be talking about that as well.
No, I'm good.
There's a sequel to Independence Day.
Okay.
The end.
Moving on.
So, okay, Will Smith and Michael Bay haven't said anything. Michael Bay says he's up for making a new... If they'll pay him enough money, he'll do another Bad Boys movie. That's the sign of a true artistic person. Someone who really has... artistic integrity when they will pay him enough money to do the film when he's already made $1 bajillion off the ruining Transformers.
Okay, you want to hear about a fucked up story?
I want to hear a fucked up story.
You know Jill, right? Like Hot Jill from work?
Yeah.
So some guy broke into her apartment.
What?
She didn't realize this because she lives on the she lives on the second story of her apartment building, or I'm sorry, the top floor or whatever. And there's only 2 people who live on that floor: her and her roommate in the one suite, and the other suite is the landlord, which is her roommate's brother. So I guess she got home from her afternoon shift or whatever, and the apartment door was open, and she's like, "Oh well, whatever, no big thing. Like it's probably just Eric or his brother. Like just left the door open because they're the only people on that floor of the building,
Right.
So it's no big deal. Like it literally like means nothing to her. She's like, I don't really care. And then she walks into the apartment, and she's like, "Oh well, my door's closed. Okay, weird, whatever." And she's like, just goes like, "Eric, you there? Eric." Nothing's like, "All right, well, kind of weird." Went into her room, and she's like, looked around. She's like, "Something's weird," and she realized all the laundry she just did is missing. All the laundry she just did was her underwear. And she's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god!
And then next door, the brother, like the landlord of the building, superintendent or whatever, he comes over. He's like, "Hey, were you calling?" She's like, "Yeah. Are you playing some kind of like little joke? Because it's not funny." And he's like, "With what?" He's like, "No, like actually, like, are you fucking playing a joke with me right now?" And then finally they realize that he's not. Someone broke into their apartment. This guy was freaking methodical too. He pried open the door, took all the little pieces of wood that he broke off, put them in the storage room to hide them, wore gloves for the entire process. All he stole was her underwear, freshly cleaned underwear, and her dirty underwear from like...
I think he was looking for the dirty underwear.
Yeah, but he took it all. She had money on the counter, like in her bedroom, all this stuff like right next to her, like within eye range, all this stuff, like plane tickets, all this stuff lying around. Didn't touch a thing, just took her underwear, broke into the apartment, and left.
That is so fucked up.
She was on the...
She's hot, though.
On the global news yesterday, like all this stuff,
Oh.
She called me because she's like, oh, lucky for her, she's left for Mexico today, but like, she called me yesterday, like, driving to Calgary, she's like, I just need to tell you the story, like, it's just fucked up.
This is so messed up.
I know, I was like, you come back and we'll have sex and everything will be okay.
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
Yeah.
She seems like a girl that would have expensive underwear.
Yep. She is a ridiculously attractive girl. She modeled for a while, apparently.
Really? I fucking see that.
Yeah,
Man.
like she's really, really hot.
Tall,
Nice girl.
slender, pretty.
Yeah.
Super cool, though.
Yeah, really,
What is
really
she,
chill
just
chick.
like some catalog stuff? Or?
I have no idea. I didn't ask. I don't really care.
I dated a girl that was on Canadian Idol.
That's cool. Ooh.
She made it to the final 48. Whatever, it's better than nothing.
Yes. Technically.
That was my starfucker moment. That's as close as oh yeah. That's as close as I'm gonna get. Hey, would you if you had teenage sons, would you make them have a curfew on weekends?
If I had teenage sons, would I make them have a curfew?
On weekends.
How old are they?
I don't know, 14, 15?
We'll say 15 to 16. 15 to 16.
High school. They're in high school.
They're in high school, they're 14, 15.
Yeah.
I need more than that. It depends on the kid.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You
Your
can't
son,
just...
You gotta trust your sons the way you're gonna want to.
No. I have a
man.
little shithead kid.
There's
Yeah,
okay, like,
huge,
as having two brothers and growing up,
yeah.
When I was like 12 and 13, I had the same curfew that my 15, 16-year-old brother had.
Fair enough.
Simply due to the fact that he was just more likely to go out and drink and party and do shit. But when I was like 13, I could be out till 3 or 4 in the morning.
The fuck were you doing at 3 or 4 in the morning when you're 13?
Walk into the fucking Red Rose gas station to pick up some tasty chicken.
Oh, yeah, actually, we did that too.
Stay up all night in front of a computer screen pretending to be fucking hackers and thinking we're cool. Like,
yeah, no, I
you did stupid
exactly
shit. Like,
that, actually.
So, like,
Exactly that.
And my parents knew that I was like a giant fucking nerd, so they were like, whatever.
He's not going to get any trouble.
He's like, he's not going to do shit, so they didn't care. And I had like all the freedom in the world, and it was awesome. I think it all depends on the circumstance and the kid.
I think it depends on the kid entirely. That's the biggest thing.
Okay,
for
no,
me.
that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. Like when I was talking about it,
I just gotta be case by case.
If my kids turn out the way that I expect them to turn out, like just like
you.
No, hopefully they're fucking cooler than I am.
You're cool, buddy. I like you.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I'm cool.
better looking. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I figure if I crossbreed with some, like, right now, as it stands, say if I crossbreed with the person I'm with now, they'd be fucking hot kids. Like,
pretty nice looking kids.
And if they have my libido, they're gonna fuck everything. Like,
I'm working with
like, that's why I figure, like, if I tell my kid to come home at, like, I'm picturing a little me here, right? If I'm picturing, like, thinking my 14-year-old kid to come home at midnight instead of 2, him coming home 2 hours early isn't going to stop him from fucking everything he possibly can.
It's not
right?
going to make it.
But it's not just the sex, it's getting in trouble. Like, you get tied in with things, and who knows what our day
Nothing good happens
gonna
after midnight is what they say, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think that it's, like really what happens at the end of the house parties, man? These kids don't have the constitution to stay up
Cop
forever,
shop?
right? Yeah, cops show up and get
Or,
busted.
like, the older kids show up who got, like, drugs or some fucked up shit with them, or bring the real trouble.
Yeah, but like I'm not more susceptible for doing drugs because I was there at 11 than at
This
midnight.
is what happens after the house party shuts down or 1 and 2 in the morning. Bunch of stupid kids drive around town stealing for sale signs and throwing it in their car.
Yeah, so
And the cops bust them, bring them home, and you gotta deal with this shit.
yeah, but I don't know. That's kids.
Yeah,
Just being
it's
kids, right?
kids. That's the thing,
I know.
though, man.
I think that's a great
You can't
kids, though.
stop that. It's like they'll do that
At
at fucking 2 in the afternoon and get drunk on a Sunday. It doesn't
Perfect.
really
Then they don't
matter.
wake you up at fucking. The cops don't come banging on your door at fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah,
wake
no,
you
I
up.
think
Do it during the day. Fine. That's
reasonably,
great.
I'd be like, yo, just call me. I'll come pick you up no matter what. Like, I got this.
Yeah,
thing-
that has to be established no matter what.
I
Like, don't
got
be
this established
afraid
with my
to
mom.
call.
Like, although like they would like bust my like my mom would fucking kill me if I was like
Yeah.
doing shit. She would like always say, if anything, if you're drunk, if you're lost somewhere, call me. I will pick you up no matter what.
Dude, yeah, like since the
My
time I
dad
was like
fucking wanted me
15.
fucking leaving. Like,
That's basically when I was like 15. My parents were like, "Do whatever you want, but if you ever need anything, call me."
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
And I always had a ride
Just be
available.
smart about it,
You know,
right?
the other
Yeah.
thing too is like when you have like really great parents and a really good environment, and they're like, "All right, so you know, my kid has these 5 to 10 really, really great friends, and they all want to go out and drink, and they're like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Let them party in the fucking garage."
Yeah. That was, and
Yeah.
you know, because you came to my house all the time, every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have people at my house, and parents like, you know what? Your friends are fucking bigger than any of the other kids I've ever met in my entire life. So anyone's gonna fuck around, they'll stop them from fucking around in the house, and they're good, trustful kids, and whatever. All is
And my
fucking
parents,
well.
I think for me at least, I would say I would let my kids drink in the basement. Their friends.
Oh,
I let their parents know too.
But their parents have to know, like, that
Yeah,
their kids
everybody's-
are,
yeah.
Like, as long as the parents know that the kids are going to be there drinking, but they're going to be watched. Like,
Yeah,
they're gonna be
yeah,
taken care of
yeah.
it, but they're not going to some, like, random little house party with a whole bunch of, like, fucked up...
But like, if they want to bring over like 20, 30 kids and have like a mini
yeah.
party in the basement, fucking do it.
Yeah.
And like, I want my house to be conducive for that. But if I want to see like, listen, if they have like 10 people over, they're drinking, and then they have one kid's parents who's like not cool with it, I'd be like, hey, do it anyway, but don't get so loaded that you can't fucking handle this shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
like-
a big establishment sleeping here and you're going to get your shit
Yeah,
together.
You can have a couple beers, but just don't get loaded.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I don't know how irresponsible that is.
But see, that's
like,
all it is, though, and that's the same thing. It's like knowing your
I
kid,
think the
but at the
thing
same
is,
time,
like-
you need to like keep it in reason, because all of a sudden, if like one parent's family finds out that you're the family that like lets the kids do whatever they want and all this, and all of a sudden you're fucking blackballed in the sense
but
of like
I think-
your kid's going to pay the cost because parents are going to trust the kids. Like,
I think
oh,
our
the hell raise your child.
generation is going to be a lot more accustomed to exactly what we're talking about, as opposed to
Well,
our parents'
situational
generation.
parenting.
I think even
I don't know the
more
book,
so.
but in the sense of like once your kids get to a certain age, like you kind of like you just relate to them more and you realize that's the best way to get through them. Is just like be open, but at the same time be like, hey, if you're gonna be a shithead, I'm gonna treat you like a shithead. If you're gonna be at least responsible, or like give me a little bit of heads up, then we'll be okay.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I feel like my brother was a pretty like positive influence in my life
Yeah.
because I wasn't scared to tell him when I fucked
Yeah.
up. Right, I could call him and talk to
Yeah.
him, and like he would scold me like, "You fucking idiot! Why would you do that?" or whatever else.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did it because he cared, and I wasn't
Yeah.
scared to talk to him, so I would tell him everything. But
Tell you dumb shit, but then
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, okay, now I'll help you out.
And I don't know, like I want my kids to have that sort of freedom because, like, for me, it's probably even worse because a lot of brown kids that have brown families, they're crazy strict, right?
Yeah.
So like, I want to open up that barrier for my kids, but also comes in the sex thing. I'd rather my kids having sex under my roof than somewhere else under
Yeah.
fucking behind a dumpster
Yeah.
or in my minivan. Which I pray to God no one tells my parents this, but I fucked in my minivan like a million
Wow.
times.
Dude,
I
when
fucking-
you're a teenager,
my
where the
parents'
fuck
house-
else are you gonna fuck? You fuck
I've
in your
had
car.
sex in every house in my or every room in my parents' house.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, for sure.
If you shone a black light in my parents' minivan, you can see that thing from space. There was so much semen inside that vehicle, man. I fucked it there.
I was minivan, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have like condoms for my. I don't want my girls having sex at least till they're 17, and even then, I want them to wait to never.
Then there's a standard of then they'll rebel. And
Yeah.
like you have to
Yeah, I don't
let
want
mom deal with that in the sense of being like the mom like you two discuss and then like mom handles the talk on that one.
Yeah,
And
I'll
I
never
would
tell
like
you
keep
that.
that oblivious, but you better keep that shit in line.
as I said, I'm not letting my kids go on birth control. Like I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, no.
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get pregnant? We're going in birth control. And then we're cutting off your vagina.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to have sex? And you want
Tired.
to, you know,
Tired.
fuck up?
We are corking that thing and we are sealing it shut behind.
That's exactly it. That's what I do. And what
Chastity belt.
We're getting some medical stitches and we are walking away.
here,
You know
here's,
the catheters? Find out. bitch.
here's the opposite. Whereas I got. Oh God, I don't even know what I was just saying. But anyway, I got condoms when I was 14, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's unreasonable. Like I was young, but I think I was old enough to come. I had sex at 14, but I think I was way too young. I wouldn't have. In hindsight, it would have made sense to wait until I was probably like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
But
I was 15. I was okay with it. I was like, whatever.
yeah, I mean, like, but still, like, you understand that's still really young.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
young. Like,
But like, I appreciate that I kind of had that facility because I would have
Yeah.
fucked without a condom. Like, when you're that age, you don't even think, right? You're just
No,
like,
dude, you're
A whole-
really
a whole-
dumb.
I like to think I was a
actually.
smart kid. I would have
Yeah.
fucked anything at
Yeah.
any period, you know? So I think having that's good, but I think for the boys, I don't mind if they have sex early, but for the girls, I just could not fucking stomach it if they're having sex at such a young age. I think I want Is that unfair though? Is that like sexist?
That's totally sexist.
It's sexist
because if you were talking to a girl right now, she'd be like, "No, that's not fair."
I don't think it's sexist, but it's like the dad's version. Like you look at your son, you're like, okay, like I don't know, like it's the dad. Like you look at the boy and you relate to his mindset more than you can with the daughter.
Oh, totally.
Like their judgments and patterns and exactly. Like you
that's
relate to that.
How it is.
That is.
It's
It's the
always
same
how
thing
it
with like the girls. They look at them like, well, he's just a little shit wants to fuck everything. Like no, he's just a kid who doesn't know how to control his hormones. He's
Yeah,
like, everything's like you don't know, like you're freaking out. And so like for us, that's what we relate to is what the little boys go through.
Yeah.
Whereas with the chicks, and we talk about the girls, and we're like, we just don't want her because like. We're like, she's a little, like, innocent little princess. They're like, no, bitch knows what's going on. The little boy does. Like, well, yeah, but...
It's tough to say because, like, I want the girl that's gonna, like... Fuck, I don't even want to talk about my daughter's ever. I don't even have kids. I'm not even, like, close to having kids.
We're like, why are we talking about this, man? I ain't have no fucking kids anytime.
I was a teenager, like, 4 years ago. Like,
it's awkward.
Not even. So, I mean, it's tough to say, but I think that there is that double standard. I think it's okay there's a double standard.
Well, yeah. But it goes both ways, though. Like, it's not even double standard. It's just, like, being naive. In the sense of being okay with it. Like, it is. You're just... I don't know what's going on in little girls' minds. I don't want to know what's going on in little girls' minds.
Yeah, I don't. I hate to think
there's a whole lot of anger in this.
Yeah. Well, they don't know how to handle themselves. I think I'm so scared of my like girl falling for some douchebag that's pretending to love her so he can get laid because I was that guy.
Bro, dude, I don't know how many guys were that guy.
Yeah. Here's my take on the difference between guys and girls, though. Is like. For, like, the guys, they're way more easily distracted from that whole sense of things. Like, you can give them sports, you can give them, like, anything outside of games, movies.
It's easier for a guy to get a hobby.
They're easily distracted in the sense, like, they think about it a lot. But, like, the younger girls, they're more, like... They're gearing towards like they kind of dress in the way they do these little things like they pretend that they're not and they're all like doing their.
We're not saying okay. We should probably just be a disclaimer. It's not every girl that's doing this.
No,
it's just the typical archetype of a girl that we have seen is acting.
But because the guys are like they're just like girls vagina whatever they don't know anything they don't care like they're just like they think it's funny to talk about it.
Vagina's vagina
and that's like and like so they're doing their kind of things. But then for the younger girls, they're more like. They understand what sexuality is more than younger boys. So they're trying to like gear that way and trying to like get like not manipulative, but in the ways of like womanly ways of trying to like get little boys under their wings. So that's why they say like girls are more sexually mature. It's because they think about more than the guys actually do. Guys have way more things to distract them at that age.
Yeah, I mean, like when we think about it, like they're like you think about sex every like 3 seconds. But we think about it for like 0.6 seconds. You get distracted.
I know it's like you're having a random you're having this conversation. I thought of the word vagina like 18 times in the last like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I thought of like other things.
It's like dude.
And I thought about high school girls.
Yeah, your mind's cutting around a whole lot of memories.
Real quick.
Yeah. Anyways,
when did you lose your V card? Since we're all revealing here,
17.
Yeah, that's the perfect age. I think 17 is a perfect fucking age. Although we know somebody personally who lost at 25.
Wow.
Muscles.
I don't know anybody. 25, man.
Two 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Well,
two 18-year-old? 20 years old too.
What?
20 years old too.
Who?
Joker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
No. I got him late in Mexico.
I made a conscious decision through going through high school and stuff, and like. I fooled around with lots of chicks, but it was always like didn't ever want to actually. Yeah, exactly. But never wanted to actually go all the way until it was with somebody that I actually cared about. Was in a real relationship, whatever the fuck a real relationship is.
I didn't make a single conscious decision in all of high school. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried to be as smart as possible.
Yeah, well played. I'll shake your hand on that one. You beat me.
I lost my virginity to my friend's older sister, kind of raping me.
Was it? Good?
It was awesome.
Alright, well then fuck that. That ain't rape, buddy.
Crazy Kelly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And we call her Crazy Kelly.
We call her Crazy Kelly for a fucking reason.
But, Kelsey, my ex, fucking awesome. She's...
God, you're such a fucking nester.
Rest in peace, sadly.
You're
throwing that out there. Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah, dude, messed up, but...
Sorry.
Yeah, man. But no, I totally am, though.
Were you guys still dating when it happened?
No, it didn't happen until last year.
Can we talk about it?
Sure.
What happened? I wash my hands, but it's deep.
Kelsey, my ex from high school, she was whitewater rafting, and the raft flipped over, right. And she got caught under the water, and she passed away.
So do you think like if you had to go any way, I think I'd probably want to go that way.
Drowning better than burning.
Well, yeah,
whitewater rafting, man, like doing something.
No, that was her personality. She was the type of person that was totally like take on the world, do a whole bunch of awesome stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like go big or go home type of
Yeah.
person. And so it was like, in that sense, like, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's still fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really hard, especially with all the shit that's happened with me in the last year and a half with my love life, to have that happen right around the same time.
Like, no matter what, even if you don't like the person or like you could see him like years later, like
we'd always maintained like we were really.
Yeah.
Well,
we weren't close anymore, but we were
Kelly, crazy Kelly.
We love Kelly.
I see her all the time.
love
Like,
Kelly.
we'll laugh, we make jokes, so we're like, yeah, this crazy bitch is the one who took it. So
I'm not
give
gonna
that
lie
back
though.
anytime.
There are a couple ex-girlfriends I wouldn't mind dying.
Actually, yeah, yours I'd actually almost agree with there.
like not even joking.
Yeah.
See,
No,
I don't
like,
really
actually,
have
like,
any ex-girlfriends other
No.
than the two.
Yeah.
And because... Like,
Well, you know my situation.
yeah. Well, dude, your situation, man, I don't even know what to do with that.
I would not name for you though.
Here's what I'm gonna say as a really good friend is I told you so.
You fucking everyone told me so.
Fucking time.
I know.
If we happen to relocate to Vancouver, can I just have like and Carl and me have this rule? I have fucking veto. If I say no, no.
Fair enough.
If I say no, no.
Yeah,
No means no. It means no calling, no texting. You delete if they call. Like you tell me if they do. If you get back in contact, I will say no again. No.
Okay, so I probably already know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
But, like, 1 to 10, would it have been worth it?
No.
What?
Like, fucking hotness-wise, sex-wise, fucking-wise. Like, if it was just a strictly...
The crazy ones are always good though.
Well, yes, but that being said...
How's sex with the guys in jail?
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
Oh, fucking just lays that down.
Well, I mean,
Actually, no.
it's
No, that's...
Is the juice
it was
worth the
close.
squeeze?
It was
Is the
close.
juice worth the squeeze? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm going to
it was
reference
close.
the girl next door.
No, absolutely. That's totally right. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. Like, I was just... You have to understand I was super indulgent, right? If there's anything I indulge in. And I've... That's why, like, I don't gamble and I don't go to strip clubs. I don't, like,
Dude, that's why it's so
idea.
fucking hard for me to quit smoking,
I don't...
man.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't do drugs. I
Addictive
don't...
personality. You get hooked.
Yeah, man.
I don't-
I totally like.
Never-
I've
that's
never
why all I do is
done,
drink
never done
beer. That's
coke
all
or
I
any
do.
like hard drugs to stay away from all that shit. Cause
Yeah, I don't even do weed because, like, I know that, like, if I get into
I've never done
release,
it either,
like,
man.
like, yeah, I just... It's not...
You chase it.
It's not in it for me.
No.
And I can't. Like, it's good to limit myself, man. Like, I wasted, like, 8 months of my life on World of Warcraft. Like, I get that. Like, you know,
that's one thing I never did.
yeah. It's just having that addictive personality, too. And, like, I'm so worried about, like...
But I think it's the same thing for all of us. Like, I'm more than I am, like... And I know I'm addictive to things. Like,
No,
it's just,
you have
I
a
get,
lot of self-control, dude.
But, like, in the sense of, like, I'm just good at for, like, not doing it for the sense of I know. And for us, I think we've kind of passed that point of it being an addictive personality. It's more from when we were younger. And just being, like, and being kind of naive and introduced to it, like, a little bit later than a lot of people. For
I'm
things.
a lot
But
less
in that sense,
crazy than I used to be.
I more so now stay by that as, like, the rule of thumb. Is, like, you know what? I just keep going with the fact that, no, I got addictive personality. And you just, like, you hold on to that because it's almost like a little bit of a compass. And it's, like, it's a great reason in your head. It's like, you know what? I don't trust myself.
Yeah.
And same thing. Even if, like... No matter what, you can be any age, and like just don't trust yourself. You shouldn't trust yourself.
Yeah.
It's that simple. With anything like that, if the exception of certain things, like you know what, I personally am not big on weed, but I completely support making it legal. My old man does it all the time, and it's because his body's beat up because like he worked fucking 18-hour days for 30 years getting the family to the
Dude, the
point like
fact
we're
that
here now.
marijuana is illegal in the first place is fucking retarded.
Doesn't mean it's just because it's not for me. Doesn't mean I don't fully support it.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think that it should be an issue that we should really press because I think there's other things that are worth talking. Like in the government, at least, I think the government has other priorities.
Much
we
but at the same time, hey, you know what? Legalize it and tax it. Sweet, you got another income. Moving on.
There's a lot of other
right.
issues, and it's exactly it needs to be done in that sense. Like it doesn't need to be. It's become such a big issue, and they've spent so much goddamn time, energy, money, effort putting people in jail for like having pot and stupid shit.
Yeah.
That it could just be.
Let them go. Legalize it. People have to deal with the fucking street.
Well, it doesn't even need to be
but,
legalized. Just even decriminalized or something where it's not
well,
like
it's decriminalized now. So like
not legally in Canada.
In BC is.
BC, yeah.
It's completely decriminalized. They don't put people in jail.
In BC,
for
it is, yeah.
No, they don't. But I don't think legally it is. The cops will turn a blind eye to it, but they
No, it's decriminalized as per a provincial law.
Small scale possession. Small scale possession and obtaining in smaller amounts.
It's under like 15 grams.
Yeah,
you don't get charged for anything.
Yeah, but possession or like major possession and dealing is where you get it.
Yeah, trafficking and dealing. So trafficking is like anything over like an ounce, I think.
Yeah.
And then dealing, obviously, is dealing. But if you just say you have 15 grams or whatever on you, they don't criminalize.
But if you're in the government, just fully like embrace the fact that it's there. Like not embrace in the sense of like condone it in like full public sense, but like
No, you shouldn't condone it because it's an indulgence we don't need.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just like alcohol or smoking.
Totally. No, I mean alcohol is awesome. For me,
smoking is for fags. Smoking is for fags. Might as well smoke a cock. Be cheaper.
when it comes to the actual like decriminalization and shit, yeah, I get it. But like when people are like, why don't you do it? Like we all do it. I'm like, well, in my mind, the reason I don't do it is I don't need anything to make me think in a different type of way because my mind is scatterbrained already.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We all.
That's the way our conversations.
Oh yeah, exactly. People don't understand a lot of things we say because we like. Just the way that our brains work naturally. So we don't need that. Whereas, and I also look at things like, do I need anything to make me eat more? I probably don't need that either. Yeah. Or lazier. Yeah. I'm okay on the lazy front.
Dude, man. We're good. Pot is for like sitting in front of a fucking TV and eating a shitload of food. I don't know what you're planning on doing when you smoke a joint.
I love how they call it performance enhancing. This. So
the big performance enhancing.
And like
I don't want to fucking do anything.
When you were asking me, like, was it worth it? Like, for me, I lived in a world without rules. I did whatever I wanted, whatever I just felt like on a whim, and I never had any consequences for it. Everything else worked out in the end. So for me, like, I don't have...
You're living in a little, like, blind veil of invincibility.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I thought I was invincible. Yeah. And, like, it was good to be grounded a few times. Like, there's a couple times I got, pulled back down. It's like, hey, you're here with the rest of us. You're not above us. And, like, I think that's such a good thing to have. But also, for me, like, weed is generally an escape or a relaxant. But if I don't, like, I'm pretty relaxed and I don't need to escape from anywhere because my release is comic books. My release is sex. My release, like, sex is my drug. Some people have chocolate, but for me, like, my libido's insane. Like, I dig me some blowjobs. I wish people could get the same release that I get from sex or from comics or from, like, simple things I love to do, like fucking skiing or fishing or whatever, that they have to get from drugs, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's call it a day.
Let's call it a day.
I think that's
I'm tired of shit.
Uncut is going to be long.
All y'all get the fuck out of my house.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. And thanks for listening to the Uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big, long Uncut. Do
we have a good sign-off for the regular version?
No, we should have a group collective sign-off. I don't like my entire man.
All right, you guys. This is Dominic Collins and
Shane Lamont.
And this is Achilles signing off.
And thank you for listening to ROFLcast. We'll tune you next week. Come back with us, we'll hit you.
We'll hit you in the face.
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 In the face.